welcome back to my YouTube channel, #MovieBae. I am MovieBae, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a slightly spoiler-free review over The Blackening. Now, before we get into it though, I would like for y'all to drop down and hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Because here on MovieBae, I do reviews, reactions, and commentary to movies and television. And if that is the type of content that you like, you might as well stick around and hit the subscribe button. And if you find yourself enjoying my content along the way, don't hesitate to give me a thumbs up and or drop a comment down below. It really helps you get out with the YouTube algorithm. And of course, I know you want to voice your opinion, so that's when you do so in the comments. Now, when I first saw the preview to The Blackening, I was excited. This is exactly up my alley. I thought it was going to be a parody. Horror, that's my favorite genre. Comedy, you gotta love to laugh. And then this is literally the definition of a black movie. Black writers, black directors, and an all black star cast. So let's go ahead and get into the synopsis. 7 black friends go away for the weekend and end up trapped in a cabin with a killer who has a vendetta. Will their street smarts and knowledge of horror movies help them stay alive? Probably not. Now, I do want to highlight the writers of this film because y'all know me, y'all know MovieBae. I got to talk about the writers. First off, it's directed by Tim Story, who has also done a lot of Kevin Hart projects. I'm just not even gonna hold you on that, like Ride Along and things like that. But the writers are Tracy Oliver and Dwayne Perkins, who are the people on the far right of this photo. And Dwayne Perkins, if you don't know, he also played Dwayne in the movie The Blackening. So he co-wrote and starred in it. And then Tracy Oliver is known for writing Harlem. I think it was Harlem. Oop, not Harlem. Yeah, it was Harlem, Girls Trip, and Little as well. So she plays her hand in black comedies as well. Now, as we start the review, I have to give y'all a little bit of the plot, okay? And this is going to be the only part that I do spoil. But if you are a fan of horror movies, you already know what's going to happen. So we have Yvonne Orahi. Don't judge me if I said her name wrong. Don't judge me. I haven't watched Insecure. Okay, and Jay Farrow. They are our 2 high-paid, high-billed cast members. And we all know that in a horror movie trope number 1, the highest paid people are going to die in the first 10 minutes because they can't afford to pay them the whole time of a full length of a movie. And it's so funny because they actually made that joke in the movie. So Morgan and Sean, that the characters that they play, they are hosting a Juneteenth reunion with their college buddies at a cabin in the woods. They are then summoned to this basement game room where they end up playing a game entitled The Blackening. Now, this game asks black questions. So it's kind of like the game Black Card Revoked, but if you get it wrong, you die. You know, kind of like Squid Games. Red light, green light. If you move, you die. So the stakes are heightened, okay? So at the very beginning of the movie, these characters go missing, which in turn, when the rest of the friend group gets to the cabin, they have to play the game in order to save their friends, okay? So I had to spoil the beginning part, but like I stated, if you watch horror movies, you already knew they wasn't gonna make it. Y'all already knew that. Now let's go ahead and get into the main cast of the movie. So we have Antoinette Robertson that plays Lisa, Dwayne Perkins, like I stated, he wrote the movie, so he goes by Dwayne. Sinqua Walls plays Namdi, Grace Byers as Allison, X Mayo as Shanika, Melvin Gregg as King, and Jermaine Fowler as Clifton. Now, this is a cast where I feel like I've seen everybody's face at least once. Antoinette Robertson, she plays in some Tyler Perry projects. Namdi played in his latest project was White Men Can't Jump. Allison or Grace Byers, she's the only one who I didn't know, but X Mayo, she recently played in Swarm, and she was the stripper, the funniest stripper. And I loved her character, so when I saw her in here, I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna be funny, and she was. Melvin Gregg, I personally knew him from 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu. And Jermaine Fowler, I'm not gonna lie, he redeemed himself for me in this movie because he played in Coming to America 2. And if y'all haven't seen my review on that, you can watch my review on that. That's back when I was on camera, okay, throwback. But he definitely redeemed himself for me in this film as Clifton because he was funny. Between Clifton and Dwayne's characters, they had me laughing the most, followed by Shanika. I liked the diverse characterization of the friend group, because we all know that all black people aren't the same. So we have the black guy that dates a white a white lady. We have the biracial butterfly. We have the African. We have the gay character. We have the loud ghetto woman, and then we have the intelligent, intuitive black woman. Okay, and then we have Clifton, is the guy that no one knows but somehow he's invited, but he is the nerdy person of the friend group. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and get into my review of the movie. Now, like I already stated, the plot is propelled by them playing the Blackening game in order to save their two friends. Now, this game is literally like Black Card Revoked, and I honestly love the aspect of this movie because they would ask questions like, name 2 black characters that survived a horror film, and to me that kind of calls for audience interacting, because we were in the audience like naming people, and I'm like Busta Rhymes in Halloween Resurrection, like, duh, that's easy, that's one. I was trying to think of another one, like, that's one, right? Deep Blue Sea, LL Cool J, if you want to count that. Or LL Cool J was also in a Halloween movie too. He didn't die in there, I don't think. So that would be 2 right there. See, I win. So I really like the aspect that they had in the movie. It did cause for crowd participation. Now, however, the crowd I was in was a lot of white people and Hispanic people. It was literally like 5 of us black people. And I was thinking, like, this movie isn't for y'all. But I mean, run up the coin, but y'all not gonna understand the jokes and the references in here. So, okay. Thing that I enjoyed about this movie were, the cultural jokes, because it's a black movie, black cast, so they're gonna have some black insiders. So they did the things like, how we just look at each other and we can already tell, we could basically like read each other's mind by like just looking at each other. Like, that was an ongoing joke in here. It was a part where the police officer tried to come and, see what's going on. And we didn't know, the cast didn't know if they could trust them or not, because y'all already know like our relationship with the police and things like that. Another thing that I liked were the jokes. Some of them, and I'll get to this when I do my cons, some of them were kind of like stale or a little bit too on the nose. But when I feel like they were effortlessly trying to be funny, that's when they made me laugh the most. So like not hypothetically, but as an example, it was a part in the movie where they armed themselves with weapons, and Lisa grabbed a candlestick. And I'm a Clue fan. I love that movie. And Dwayne was like, why you grab a candlestick? What, you think this is Clue? And then he caught a Colonel Mustard. Like when they were just effortless jokes, that's when I laughed the most. Now, the last pro that I have is horror tropes. Now, horror tropes work in horror movies because that's just how the plot is propelled. Okay, the cast does have to make dumb decisions in order for the movie for there to be a movie. And in the black culture, we have this thing where we talk smack about the white people in scary movies. Oh my God, they so dumb. Don't open the door. Don't go upstairs. How did you fall? Don't split up. But I like how this movie fell into the horror tropes because you have to have a horror film. But they didn't do so because they're stupid. They did so because at this point, we've been arguing for 2 minutes about what to do, and now we don't have a choice. We gotta split up type thing. So I like the fact that they just didn't make these dumb decisions because they're stupid, but they made these decisions still being socially aware of other option choices. So I really did appreciate that. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into the cons of this film. I didn't have a whole lot, but the ones that I did have, they did pull down the rating for me. So let's go ahead and talk about those. So this movie for me was a slow start. I mean, obviously, like the first 15 minutes of a movie is going to be kind of slow because you have to set the scene. You got to introduce the conflict. You have to introduce the characters, etc. Right? So any movie is going to be kind of a slow burn the first 15 to 20 minutes. However, I feel like they tried to start off with a bang, but the bang was kind of stale. Now, I thought this movie was going to be a parody. And then upon viewership, I realized, oh, this movie does want to be taken seriously, you know, as a serious comedy, but, you know, still seriously. So when I got out of the mindset of a parody and into a this is its own type of film, that's when I started to enjoy it more. And I feel like the same wave of emotions I went through, I feel like it's the same wave of emotions that the writers went through as well. It's like, we want it to be a parody, and then maybe this isn't working, so let's just try to take it seriously type thing. So in my personal opinion, it was kind of slow to start with the humor anyhow. The humor at the beginning was very stale. The jokes started flowing when the cast got into the game room and started playing the game. So when the movie picked up, the jokes picked up, in my opinion. Another con that I had was the overusage of the N-word. And I know, like, MovieBae, like, but we black, that's what we say. You know, some people anyhow. But I felt like they were saying the N-word in places where the N-word didn't even need to be. It was like, this movie is for us, by us, and you don't have to, we know it's black. You don't have to just say the word all the time. Like, I personally don't know a black person who says that word that much that certain characters were saying it in this movie. Like, use it where it's supposed to be used. And I personally don't think that was in the script, so that kind of falls onto individual actors that I just feel like they were just really just throwing the word around. My final con for this movie is also writing wise. I honestly knew the plot twist or the reveal way at the beginning of the movie, y'all. Like, the first 15 minutes, 10 minutes of the movie, I knew what was happening type thing. It was solidified a little bit later, but I already knew. So it was kind of obvious. And, you know, it could be because I'm a movie connoisseur, and especially horror. Scream is my favorite genre, so the whodunits, that's me all over. So I already know who done it right when the movie started. So with that being said, that's the last con, but that's not too, you know, to each his own. Out of 10 stars, I'm going to give this movie a solid 7.5. I do want y'all to support it because this is literally black content. Black directors, black producers, black writers, black cast. This is black content, y'all. This ain't no BET, Tyler Perry wrote it, white people own it. This is black content. So please go out and support your people. With that being said, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Dwayne Perkins, if you come across this review, I want to let you know that I adore you. I wish you were straight. Because you are so handsome and so funny. And I can't wait to see what you have planned in the future. Jermaine Fowler, you really redeemed yourself from Coming to America for me. So I can't wait to see what you have in the future. And X Mayo, I didn't see much in her IMDb except for Swarm, to be honest. And I like her. I don't care. I like the loud ghetto character sometimes. I feel like she was reasonably ghetto. Thank you so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. Be sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like this. I do reviews, reactions, and commentary over movies and television. I do the ratchet stuff. I do the deep stuff. And I do throwbacks too. So please subscribe if that is what you're interested in. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy my commentary. And of course, leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.